It's Swith, and I'm back to answer PL questions. And this is the second in a series of really dull YouTubes. Yeah, it's also my lunch break, so I am multitasking and I'm eating while I'm recording this. Um, this question comes from those who already know my name, and it's how do you pronounce your real name? Attrice. Most people can't trill their R's, or they don't understand consonant vowel sounds for Italian, or they try to apply Spanish or French pronunciation to it, and it comes out Atrice. And I answer to either, really, but my name makes more sense when it's coupled with an Italian surname. So Atrice Gianmo sounds right, but Americans reduce it to Atrice Gianmo. And no, my last name isn't Gianmo. Um, NBE asks if I'm still waiting for the Velociraptor. Well, of course I was. What kind of a question is that? And he's appeared in our OSF. So the dynamic duo returns, and I'm looking forward to it. And I encourage you guys, if you want to read along, go right ahead. Bran asks what got her interested in the genres she's interested in, and what made her join PL when she did. Well, last question first. I stalked NVE. He is the god of epic awesomeness with his raptors, and we met in diplomacy. And when I saw him in PL, and I just decided, I'm going to follow him because he's doing some pretty funny things. So that's how I ended up in PL. And as far as genre, um, my interests are wildly varied. And it started with a passion for nonsense verse when I was very little. And most people think of Jabberwocky, but there are many more out there. I like clever genre. I like mentally stimulating reads. I like substance. I'm not really a video game fan because I'd rather imagine my own stories than follow a script when I'm, active with my imagination. And I'm sorry for those of you that love video games, but that's just how I am. Um, Nonsense verse, for those who don't know, as I choke on my donut. Yeah, I'm dying. Yes, I'm dying. Somebody call 911. No, nonsense verse is sometimes a play on words or the invention of new words, or else it's simply an allegory of something that's real and it's twisted into something absurd. And it can even be a political or social commentary. Lewis Carroll, who is my all-time favorite author, was famous for this. I enjoy Twisted. Okay, that's simply put. My interests in Warhammer, which thank you guys very much for putting up with it in PL, it came from my uncle. I enjoy really old anime. I'm an avid reader, and my goal, if not before Christmas, then before Valentine's Day or President's Day, whatever in February, my goal is to do an epic spoof of the poem Beowulf. And I'm going to convert this thing into a spoof involving Lord Snuggy, which is also known as Volturius. Um, I already covered what brought me to PL. Tilty. Tilt has a few. Tilt is my buddy. Tilt keeps me sane. Him and Bones. Cyril drives me insane. Tilt. What do you find to be your strongest genre of RPing? Writing? How about aspect, i.e. combat scenes aren't your forte, but is there anything that is? I've been told that my forte is development. I form a concept, I build upon it, I fashion the entire species, the world, the language spoken and written, the culture, the customs, the government, the tech, and then I expand on it. I'm very detail oriented. I was a Tolkien fan as far back as I can remember, so I saw what he did and I wanted to mirror it to get to that level. Etymology is a passion, so forming new languages or borrowing from arcane languages is something intriguing to me. My stronger genre is probably fantasy, although you won't see it played by me. Um, I write grimdark, although I don't really like the label too much because it's so broad. And I have to be in the mood to write terror. Otherwise, it just comes out forced. And the master of it is Bones. Bones is the master of terror. He does such an excellent job. I wish to emulate him. My strongest aspect, I've already done that. It's just development as a whole. When Naomi brushes her teeth, does she use an electric toothbrush or a regular one? Lemmings. She uses Lemmings tilt because the fur wicks away particles and the small bones strip away things caught between the teeth. Plus, bonus, they're nutritious. Pine rats. There was a study done at Stanford, I believe. Look it up, Google it. It's either Stanford or Harvard. So Google pine rats Stanford or pine rats Harvard. I think that's about it. It's about to get very noisy in here because everybody is coming in. So I will catch you on the flip side.